All right. It's finally here. Probably already noticed that I'm getting to it when it's 3 hours ago, but I've been at work since it was out, so I couldn't watch it. So I tried to stay off the internet as much as possible to try and give a genuine reaction. I have an idea what might be coming. We already know that there's going to be a new version of an American vehicle with the M120D. I'm really hoping it's a new F16 because we haven't seen a new F16 for the U.S. tech tree since like Sons of Attila, which I think was almost 3 years ago, maybe even 4. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen just for reference. But I've been waiting ever since. Some of my friends said it was pretty good. Some of them said it was pretty bad. I don't care. We have not gotten a single leak list, which is a first, and I believe also a first was that it was premiering because I saw that it was premiering at like 1 o'clock for me, and I couldn't do anything about it. So this is my genuine reaction to it. I haven't watched it since. I'm really, really hoping for the F16 Pobit. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see what happens.
In my restless dreams,
Hopefully this isn't copyright.
I see that place. White Rock Fortress.
Okay. I get the hype behind White Rock. I've never played it, so I can't really voice too much of my own opinion of it, but I don't get why you'd reveal it like this. This is just a little odd to me. I'm not too sure. Obviously, we're going to keep going. Okay, so those look like Eurofighters. Um, these look like just German vehicles. I'm not really familiar with too many ground vehicles, so bear with me, guys. Or helicopters. Aviation's my thing, like specifically fixed wing aircraft. That's kind of what I know. So just bear with me. This camera shakes a little weird. Hold up, this is cool. Okay, so are we getting French aircraft carriers now? Because we got that. This obviously doesn't look like a new Rafale. This looks like the Rafale M3R or whatever the naval version is. So that's cool, at least.
Rider at position at 0725 north, 64.
I mean, it could be new.
Bearing 225,
I have my doubts. This is cool. I like this. Oh my gosh. It's finally happening. I've been waiting for so long. F16 Pobit. Finally. Looks like it's going to be, the base livery is going to be the South Carolina fighter wing, which is all right. That's great. But what block is it? I'm curious. Is it going to be a block 50 or 52? It's a 52. So if you don't know how to tell the difference of 50 and 52, the biggest visual difference is the intake size. The 50 has a pretty big one, and then the 52 has a smaller, leaner one. And the main difference is the engine. So America's finally going to get the 229 in an F16, which is going to be pretty cool. Because it's already a lighter engine, so the plane's gonna be lighter, not by too much, but for Gaijin standards, it might be enough to be a pretty good rate fighter, like better than the Block 50. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. That looks new, obviously. That's no Su-33, is it? Okay, new cockpits. This is an old plane. Not sure what it is. Some new water effects. That looks cool. It's beautiful. Okay, so this is a Pobit. 100% a bit. I'll tell you why right now. It has an American livery. Americans never bought the Block 70 or 72. Also, is 100% a 52 because this is a Pratt Whitney exhaust, which is pretty sweet that we're getting this because we could potentially see the Stingers as a livery in game, which is my favorite F-16 squadron, and also my local one. So we technically could see it. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so an inaccuracy already. It doesn't have the have glass. The have glass is where it removes that like gold tint. If it is the like actually the Pobit, which it should be, it won't have that. They removed that tint in the Pobits because it's just they use a different coating for radar absorbent material. Like it's more advanced.
You have been intercepted by Naval armed air defense fighter. Work south immediately. Rock your wings in acknowledgement and work south.
Yeah, that's no Su-33.
Contact
That's a Chinese fighter.
considéré comme hostile. Attends. Pourquoi il a des marquages chinois?
This is some nice. Okay, so it's obviously a Chinese version of the Su-33, and because I'm not really knowledgeable about the Chinese fighters, and because it's going to basically be an Su-33. I don't know if they'll make it a squadron vehicle or give it like PL-12s and stuff, but I'm not too sure. Well, that answers my question. So it's getting PL-12s. That's a new missile. I don't know what that could be. Probably some satellite guided bombs here. So I'm not sure what it is. I'll probably it's not a huge deal to me personally. It's probably a huge deal to someone else, obviously. But nice, they're adding this. So this looks like a new version of the Tunguska. It probably is. I'm not familiar with any of these. I'm gonna be honest. There's the new Okay, so honestly, I didn't expect much cinematic-wise for this because usually their first one of the year isn't anything crazy. They don't ever do this. So, back to the biggest part. The F16, alright? So obviously I'm going to cover this more than anything else because I've been waiting for this for so long. So we're getting the Ds on this platform. This was honestly the best platform they could have put it on because we're limited to 6 missiles and they're going to be the best PVR missiles in the game for sure because they're very good. I'm pretty sure they're just the base D, but I'm kind of bummed they went with South Carolina, but people of South Carolina, there you go. You got your Block 52 Pobit. I just hope we might see the Stingers. So a little thing about this. One thing I will say before I go into depth. Take whatever people are going to say with a grain of salt about this. Because the F-16 isn't really ever going to be meta. And most people are looking for meta planes and saying that they're good or not. If a plane's meta, it's going to be good. If it's not meta, it's going to be bad, is what most people say. This plane is obviously not going to be meta because it doesn't have a lot of missiles. However, it still could because it has the Ds, but I don't think the Ds are going to be super, like, a lot more ranged than the C-5s. I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. All right? I don't think this plane's going to be meta. Therefore, people are going to call it bad, and people are going to say it's going to be dead on arrival. It's not going to be dead on arrival. Because the last time people said something was going to be dead on the arrival, it ended up being very good. That being the Golden Eagle. The Golden Eagle was really good. And it still is a pretty strong platform. My point is, take what people say with a grain of salt, grind it for yourself. If you want the F-16 to have an F-16, grind it. This is going to be the best F-16 ever. If this is the Pobit, it's going to be the best F-16 in the game. Because it'll be constantly getting upgraded munitions, such as the Ds, the D3s, D7s, the AIM-9Xs, all of them. It'll get harms. It'll get everything. Everything. Because it's the newest version of the F16. I'm gonna look at it in a dev server, give my opinions on it. This plane will have MAW. Well, it should have MAW. This plane will have a very good ace of radar. APG-83, if you want to learn more about it, it's very good. It'll have a nice RWR suite. When it does get added, it will have an electronic warfare suite claimed by the producers. I think Northrop developed the electronic warfare suite for this plane. They said it's on par with other 4th gen standards, meaning it's probably on par with the Gripen E. So this plane's going to be really good. I'm really excited for this plane because obviously I'm an F16 fanatic, so I'm going to say a lot about it. I'm going to talk it up because that's just my thing. So another shot here. We don't get too many shots of it. I think we get like 4 within the trailer, which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's an F16. There's not too much about it, right? So it's obviously a Block 52. It could even be a 42. I don't know what South Carolina runs, but whatever South Carolina still runs is a good chance of what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a 52. That's my guess. Yeah, moving on. Okay, we'll go here. All right, so Block 52 POBIT means it has the Pratt & Whitney F100 PW 229, which we only have one F-16 in game that has that engine. It's the SUFA, and I literally just covered it. It has acceleration very similar to the Block 50s, and in some regards is better because of one thing, and that's it's way lighter. Not well. I don't mean like way lighter to like a few thousand pounds. It's more so like maybe 500 to 1,000. I'm sorry, I'm American, so bear with me if you want to do more research. So for some odd reason, the heavier SUFA actually like barely outrates or is very comparable to the Block 50 in sustained turn rate, which means the Pratt & Whitney thrust to weight does a lot. So this plane's going to be pretty good. It's not going to be too much better than the Block 50 in dogfighting. However, it's going to be a step up. We're getting AIM-120Ds as well on it. We're probably still going to have 9Ms. I don't think we're going to get 9Xs this patch. And yeah, I'm really excited for this plane. I called it. I knew it was coming. What I am surprised about though is the XL was not added, or we don't see the SU-15 either, which they were in the little the decal. But I guess that's spread out this time, even though last year they had all the planes like the next patch. So I'm not too sure, but we'll see the XL this year for sure. Don't expect much from it. Like I said in this video, I'll put it up there. And if you want to learn more about the POBIT, you could either do your own research or just sit down and watch this video as well. Because I called it the CM in the video because I wasn't quite informed about it being called the POBIT. But yeah, just because this plane isn't going to be meta doesn't mean it won't be fun. If you want to play this plane, just play it. Because it's going to be a fun little plane. The biggest complaint, though, right now, is that it doesn't have the half glass. But, yeah, I'll look into the dev server about it. And, yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. This was a shorter video. But, yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Adios.